mathematicians, we finished up our chapter on money. So we finished talking about how to count money, how to spend it. I hope you had some fun with your pretend stores. I really enjoyed seeing all of the creative things that you guys came up with. We are going to move into our next chapter, which is going to take us back into geometry. So before we left for spring break and all of this craziness, we talked about lines, line segments, rays, points, planes, perpendicular lines, parallel lines, all of that. So we're going to jump back into that a little bit more, and we're going to go a little bit deeper in this chapter. So we're going to be working on page 247 and 248 today, and I just want to remind you of a few things before you get started. The first is you'll see something new on this page that we haven't had in our math pages before. It gives you a research question, and it wants you to find the answer. So you can use the internet, you can use your math book, you can use whatever resource you want to find the answer. But the questions they have for you is, the first one is, what is a regular polygon? And then which regular polygons are quadrilaterals? So the answer for these, you can write them right on your math page if you have a room, or you can write them on a separate sheet of paper. However you want to copy that answer down is fine with me. Then the next thing I want to remind you about, in this page, on this page, it's going to ask you to find the side, the vertex, and the angle for a bunch of different shapes. Now, I want you to remember a side is a line segment. The vertex is where two line segments meet. So these are, the vertex is our corner. And you're also going to see in your page today the word vertices. Vertices is the plural of vertex. It's just one of those words that doesn't follow a pattern or a rule, so the spelling completely changes. So when you see vertices, it just means more than one vertex. And then it's also going to ask you how many angles are in the shape. Remember, the angle is the space that's created at the vertex where two lines or line segments or rays meet. The next thing I want to tell you, there's a part on your paper where it says to use toothpicks and marshmallows to create shapes. Now, in the supplies that you picked up from school, you will find a bag of toothpicks. I didn't send home marshmallows because I didn't think that would go very well. If you have marshmallows at home and you want to use them, go for it. That would be a blast. So what you're going to do, I'm going to grab my book here. So in your paper, it will give you the number of marshmallows and the number of toothpicks to use, and it wants to know which of the following shapes that you can make. So for number 2, it has the picture there, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 toothpicks, and then it has 4 marshmallows. And it gives you 3 shapes that you could make. There's only one of them that will work with this number. What I want you to do is I want you to take your actual toothpicks and place them on your paper, or attempt to make whatever the shape is. If you want to take a picture of your shape, you can. You don't have to. I just wanted to give them to you because if we were here, I would have gotten all the toothpicks out for you to use to play around with and create different shapes. So you can do that for that part of it. Then the time to review. Yes, all of you who are going to ask me, I do want you to do time to review, but I want to remind you of one thing. The time to review is division problems. Now remember, the opposite of division is multiplication. So if you look at this division problem and it seems really scary, turn it back into multiplication. So I'm going to do the first one that they have on there. They have 6 divided by 18. Now that's right in the glare from the window. I hope you can see that. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. And the sun went away, so now I think the glare is gone. That's all right. Okay, so we have 6 divided by 18. Now, if you're like, ooh, I don't know, turn it into a division or multiplication problem. So we're gonna have 6 times some mystery number that we don't know is going to give us 18. So you can think through your facts, you can skip count, however you wanna solve it. When you solve it, you should get the answer of 3. Now, remember, we have not learned how to do the process of long division this way. We're just getting familiar with writing it this way. So remember, your answer goes in the last place value above the last number. So it would not go above the 1, it would go above the 8, and the answer would be 3. So you're going to do that for all of the time to review problems. If you want to write out the multiplication, you can. You do not have to. Have fun, enjoy, happy math.